mill up on the cliff top. It's now a private house, and they dug out a mill pond to guarantee the water supply for the water-powered mill. And this is the overspill from the mill pond. Smaller waterfall in front of us is natural. That's coming from a loch, a little bit inland, about a mile inland.
So just that.
Huh? Yeah.
Then come down, pan down into the cave.
Yeah.
When the wind comes blowing round this corner, it takes this water and sprays it across the cliff, which means we've got plants growing up there that don't grow anywhere else. They're not saltwater tolerant. They're a mixture of wildflowers and garden sweeties.
That structure.
I know from this stuff.
Sorry?
That
Yes,
structure.
that's a salt store.
A what?
Salt store. I'll tell you all about it. That's
Salt
Mulligal.
store.
And we'll tell you all about it when we go round there.
Oh, okay.
Cabin. Wall keel, the keel of the whale in Old Dock. When Thomas Telfer was going round looking for places to build harbours, he came here and said not worth the effort. But despite that, Captain David Brodie farmed the land at the top of the cliff, commissioned steps to be built in 1792. The idea was to improve access and develop this as a fishing station. As we get in, you'll be able to see the steps. They zigzag down the cliff. Yeah, there's one person just on them up there.
There's somebody in
When
there.
they were built, there was when they were built there were 365 steps. But over the time, a lot have been lost, especially near the top. And now there's 338. They zigzag down the cliff. Now you have back there somebody nicely in white, very
Yes.
convenient.
Oh,
You can
look
see
at
them.
that. Oh, this
going
is
up
the
the
one I
cliff.
saw. Remember?
At the bottom, where the people standing, that was an area they built big walls and backfilled with rubble to create a flat workspace. It's about the size of a tennis court, and it's called the Bink. When it was in use, the Bink had poles, a bit like telegraph poles, around the perimeter of it, linked by ropes, and they used the ropes as drying lines for the sails and the nets. And in the end of the Bink, there were a couple of fireplaces. The dark hole, above that, there was a tub. They called it a barking tub. They heated water in it, soaked tree bark and extracted the tannin from the bark and used the tannin water as preservatives for the sails and the nets. The other fireplace was where they heated tar, pitch, that they painted onto the upturned boats to waterproof them. They did that on the rocks in front of the building. If you walk down Walligo today, the rocks there are covered with about an inch of tar that's dripped off the boats. The building itself was a salt store. They used salt as a preservative for the sails and the nets. If you look to the end here, just on top of some grassy bit, there's
Somebody
a rusty old winch. They took a rope from the winch to the cliff face, and just where that person's standing, there are some chains set into the cliff. On the end of the chains, you had a pulley block. You put the rope round the pulley block, coming out with the boat sitting in front here, and then you hauled the boat up out of the water, either because it needed repair or that you thought there was an easterly storm coming and there's no protection from the east. Where the chains are set up and that person's just hanging on one, where that is, that's been blasted out. That's not natural. They've increased the size of the beach by blasting away the cliff. The natural cliff is where the white cross is.
Stand up if you want, guys. Stretch your legs.
The legs.
For local consumption, fish was put into baskets and the baskets carried by the women on their backs then walked into Wick selling the fish at the various communities. But from time to time, bigger boats would come in here and pick up the barrels of salt fish. Now the big boats couldn't sail in here, far too narrow, and they didn't have engines. What they did was put ropes ashore, and the ropes were tied onto various metal fitments. There's a rusty one there. Originally there was about 40 sort of fittings round the inlet, and they used that as points to winch the boats in until they were level with the bink and the barrels were lowered down into the holds.